Griffin the Griffin by BlackWing. Chapter 62. Growing Up. Let's go. I don't really want to stay here much longer. Let's hit the jungle for herbs first, since it's close by, and then let's head to the colony, then back to Equestria to finish the tour. So long, Las Pegasus. Hello, Wren Tribe. Lazy days were spent aboard the ship, idly training, making plans. Steelhorn, Shimmer, and the pony machinists working on the laser cannons. Yes, they're building more. We're going to have more colonies in the future, so we'll be needing more of them. The cats were getting pretty excited to be home for a bit. Even if they weren't going to their land, the jungle was where they truly belonged, and they were glad to be going back. Nadine was glad as well, but at the same time... Griff, I think there may be a problem with us getting the herb. I don't think I can go there. I don't think we can go there. They kicked us out, remember? You're not welcome there, and I've been banished, and I don't even want to think about what they'll do with Maria. We'll have to send someone else, the cat reasoned. I'd be inclined to agree, but who else can get the herb? The herb is easy, well, for us anyway. It's unique, you can't miss it. Being led into the grove by the tribe, however, Nadine replied. Well, it can't be me, Gilda, Trixie, Atch, Growl, or any of the Griffins, since they'll make the connection, or any of the other cats, since they're from different tribes. I don't know what they'll think of Shimmer, so that leaves Steelhorn and the Freuds. Actually, some almost rattling old bones interrupted my train of thought. I've been there once. You have? Everyone looked at her with gaping mouths. Listen here, you upstarts. I've been around a long time, almost 200 years if I count 'em right, and I've seen things that nobody has business seeing. I've also seen the most beautiful sights in the world, the Sacred Grove being one of 'em. Of course, I was a spry young lass back then. 200? That doesn't seem right. Did she say 90-something last time? I can't remember. Selma, the grove is guarded by fierce animals and wicked vines. You wouldn't be able to make it in your condition, Mario pleaded. I know, but there ain't really a choice. Them gearheads and I are the only ones that let in. And they can't go on their own. They need a guide. Someone who knows the traditions of the layout. I don't like this. Yay. Listen here, Sonny. It's your wife. Man up. You gotta take responsibility for her. She's not strong enough to do it, and now you're really gonna send your daughter there, 'cause you're too much of a coward? Gilman Floyd is not a coward, the Mecha Pony replied. Well then, Sonny, you best be getting ready. I'll go over the traditions with you, so you best listen well. Hey, I'm still the captain. Doesn't anyone care what I have to say about this? I tried to get the situation back under control. No! They both shot back at me. Listen to your elders, they said in stereo. Fine. Do whatever the hell you want. If you need me, I'll be figuring stuff out. I pouted and then left, heading back to my quarters to go over some ideas I had with Trixie and Gilda. I'd always hated when adults pulled the I'm older and wiser line, because there really isn't anything you can do against it, especially in this situation. It really sucks, actually. Then again, the whole point of having Selma on board was because she's old and knows more. And this is the jungle. She's in her element. Might as well let her do her job. Griff, are you sure just letting them go off is such a good idea? Trixie asked. Gear's like 60 and more machine than pony, and Selma's a tough old biddy who knows the lay of the land. What could go... I proceeded to cover my mouth with my claw. That was close. What I mean is, they can take care of themselves. She'll guide him through, and he'll protect her. Besides, I can't keep them cooped up in the ship all day. When's the last time Selma felt dirt on her paws? They need some fresh air. This is part of trusting my crew. I don't like it, but I have to believe they can take care of themselves. I gave a sigh. I still don't like it, Gil added. Well, that's why we're going to spy on them, isn't it? We'll drop them off outside the village, let them do their thing, and watch from above, giving subtle aid to them whenever we can. That's more like it. Okay, so you ready? We'll drop you off a half mile outside the village and then return here every day at noon till you get back. Don't matter if he's ready or not, he's gotta do it anyway. I really don't want to do this. Well, you ain't got a choice, sonny. Now get moving. She smacked him in the flank with her staff. He scooted up towards me, and I picked him up. Gilda grabbed Selma, and with Trixie and Shimmer on our backs, we flew over to the surface. Okay, well, good luck, you two. I have a feeling you'll need it. The jungle is hot and humid. I think my gears are rusting. Quit your bellyache and your milk drinker, she smacked him again. Watching from our cloud, the four of us started our own little conversation to pass the time. She's really quite hard on him, isn't she? Gilda pointed out. Well, he was babied pretty much his whole life because of his disability, and since he spent all of his time indoors making his machines, the extent of his social interaction and survival experience is hiding from angry guards. He's in for a rude awakening. He always was a bit of a spoiled brat. It's a wonder I turned out all right. Everyone turned around to slowly see Furnace sitting on a cloud next to us, which seemed to have been made of water vapor spraying out of her fake wing. If we had drinks, we would have spat them. Oh, come on. You think nobody noticed the fact that you hadn't come back yet? I think you did spy on them. By the way, it's my job to keep an eye on my dad. I am his daughter after all. We motioned for her to bring her cloud over to ours and join them together. And we were all leaning over and watched what was happening down below, and while using the cloud like pillows, well, Trixie and Shimmer used us as pillows. I noticed in particular that the blue dragon had slight bumps on her back. Maybe she's gonna grow wings? Can't think about that now, gotta focus on the task at hand. The pair down below approached the village, where the chief had stood in his blind glory. Then, surprisingly, he gave that old bat Selma a hug. Guess they know each other. He gave a glare at Gearman. I could hear them faintly from up here. Someone was explaining the situation. What's going on? I can't see, Trixie complained. Someone met the chief and is explaining that he needs the herb to save his wife. Nadine spoke of it a bit before, and they keep very low stocks of the herbs on hand since they can just go into the grove and get them. Apparently, the grove has accepted the friend tribe. Outsiders, however, have to enter the grove to get it themselves. I began relaying things play by play, bit by bit for the rest of them. Why can't they just, I don't know, buy the herb from off of them? Furnace asked. Because it's not like she needs a single treatment. They're asking for quite a lot of it. So to ensure that it's going to be a worthy cause, they're making him go get it. Basically, he has to earn it. You know, we probably should have brought Nadine with us. That way she should give us more info on the spot, instead of us having to go off what she told us. Ugh. I wish to get this over with. The sooner I leave this infernal jungle, the better. We only just got here, and we still got a long way to go to get the herb. You got a sample, don't you? My guide chided. Yes, right here. This is what we are looking for. Let's just go to it and go. No, we have to follow the proper tradition, she scowled. Bah, tradition. We should do this as quickly as possible. Here's the grove. Are you sure you're prepared? One of the cats asked. Yes, let's just hurry and finish this. You have so much to learn. You are old but in no way wise, muttered the old cat, being my guide. Let's begin. Selma painted herself in some sticky green muck from the edge of the grove. It smelled foul and matted her fur. There's no way I am putting that stuff on me. It will get in my gears. She motioned for me to do the same, but I simply began to walk in. She rolled her eyes and huffed, then entered as well, stepping in front of me, taking the lead. Stay close, young'un. You don't want to step on something. From her smell and the globs of muck dropping off of her, I was more worried about stepping in something. I've got to keep my machine parts clean and well oiled. Getting any of that gunk on me would just be asking for my enhanced limbs to get destroyed. Suddenly she stopped moving forward and started walking in a circle around the clearing we were in. I began moving forward, but she whacked me on the head with the blasted staff of hers. I grit my teeth. Seriously though, if she does that again, I'm gonna snap her damn stick in half. She sat cross-legged in the middle of the clearing for about 10 minutes. Why are we waiting? We should be moving forward towards the herb. I began walking forwards. Out of the clearing, and she ran straight at me with a speed I thought not possible for one her age. I turned to look in front of me, just in time to see a massive timber wolf close its jaw around my neck. It suddenly backed off as some of the muck she had coated herself and spat it on its nose, causing it to yelp and run in fear. What was... She took more of the muck and smeared it on my head. The smell repels the wild animals and diseased bugs. If you had just worn some of that to begin with, we wouldn't have this problem. But since your shiny bits can't get dirty, I had to spread the scent of the muck around to keep them at bay. It's only at the edge of the grove and near in the middle. It acts as a barrier to keep the nasties inside. Like we all told you before, tradition. There's a reason we do things. Even if the reason is lost in time, if we follow tradition, we'll still remember the action. You best be listening from now on, you hear? That crazy old badger saved my life. For as long as I can remember, I was the one who knew everything. I was the smart one. I was the one who knew what to do, but here, I am helpless. I may as well be a sack of potatoes. I gulped nervously and nodded dumbly. Here, she is the wise master, and I the learner. I can't say I'm comfortable with it. It's been a long time since I had to learn something from somebody else. Now, what was the next bit of tradition? We make our way to the sacred pool and bathe to cleanse our soul of sin so the dark hunger will overlook us. Actually, it's to cleanse the muck. While these critters may not like it, it's like honey to the guardian, and we can't get past it if we're all mucked up. It hates what's in the water. We made our way to a sparkling clean pool of water. I took a taste but then realized it was ocean water. I'm not sure how, but we were miles from the ring sea, and there's sparkling clean salt water in this pool. By instruction, I washed the muck off of myself and out of the pool before I dunked myself in. Gears and all, and used the automatic oiling function to prevent rusting once I got out. Good, you're learning, young'un. Now let's go. I stopped for a moment and used the pump in my fake leg to suck some of the water out and store it. Could be useful if we run into the guardian. We continued to walk for about an hour. We reached a moat filled with more of the muck, and it had several sets of stairs leading down into it, and placed around in a circle. I can just fly across. You should wait here and... I'm really starting to hate this cat, but she saved my flank once already. Maybe I should be listening instead. Look. She pointed her staff forward. I don't see anything. Look closer. I stared for a full minute before I saw a shimmer in the air. What is that? Spider silk. Now we wait till sundown. At dusk and dawn, when the light shines at the right angle, which will only do for 10 minutes, we will be able to see them clearly and find a path through them. Once we enter, we will have to spend the night. I waited with Selma for about an hour, and then when the sun began to set in the horizon, I saw the most miraculous sight. One by one, the threads I had only caught a glimpse of before lit up brilliantly. Another and another caught the light, until there were millions of them, making a great dome of light over the grove proper. It was pristine. It was by far the single most beautiful thing I had seen in my life, not counting my wife and child. I stood there in awe of its beauty. Well, get moving. You wanted to get the herb and be done with it? And now you're dilly-dallying. If we don't get through this in the next 10 minutes, we'll be stuck in here, and that won't be good. I quickly did as she commanded. She found a set of stairs not covered in webs, and we descended. Upon reaching the bottom, we quickly found a set of stepping stones with which to cross. Selma seemed to be struggling to find her balance on the slippery ones. Here, allow me. I got it! No, you don't. You're not as spry as you used to be. You'll fall and slip in the muck. And if what you said about the guardian is true, it'll come after you. Just like how I need to recognize tradition, you need to recognize when somebody has found a better way. She looked at me and scowled, before she finally relented. Very well, I guess I have been a bit of a stubborn old hag. She reached up and grabbed hold. Now, I may be old, and because of that, if I were a normal Pegasus, I might not have been able to lift her. With my better wings, however, the added weight and care needed due to her being frail became a trivial matter. I activated the built-in thrusters, and we slowly hovered over the muck pile into the other side, also while avoiding the webs which threatened to snare us. Well, they've gone in. I have to say, I'm actually pretty impressed. Maybe I didn't need to worry about them. Well, we can't see anything from here because of the gigantic, shiny spider webs. So, let's head on back to the ship and get some rest. You know, from watching those two, I think I learned something. No matter how much you know, there's always room to learn, Trixie pointed out. Yeah, and because the young should respect the ways of the old. But the old should expect the young that have good ideas, Furtis added. Well, you two have a letter to write then, don't you? Dear Princess Luna, today through watching some of the older crew members, I've learned that no matter how good you are and how smart you are, or what you know, the world can still surprise you, and you have to be open-minded enough to listen to what others tell you. I also learned that things are done a certain way for a reason, and even if we don't understand the purpose behind it, it's done that way specifically. We should respect tradition, but at the same time, we should also accept when someone does something new. By knowing the old ways, with which we learn from our elders, and combining them with the ideas of the young, we can make something brand new and amazing, or solve problems that couldn't be dealt with while one way alone. Sincerely, Trixie and Furnace.